Pretty Timmy and T, yeah, we raising the bar. Every sip's an adventure, we shooting for stars. Cut those wheels, take the scene, now we gliding in style. From the vineyards to the lounge, we redefining the mile. 4092 the base, where the legends reside. Mixing vibes, not just drinks, it's the culture we provide. Tuesday libations, Wednesday we scrutinize. Catch the flavor, feel the energy, we on the rise. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real. Yeah. Have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl T with Adventures of Spirits, and today we are not going to be making cocktails today, but today is all about the spirit members. And today we have Spirit Member Spotlight, and we have a guest with me today. But before I bring the guest to the stage, let me just tell you just a little bit about them, because the whole purpose of this interview is to get to know them more. But just to let you know, this person, and actually it's a couple from South Carolina, and they love cruising and have been doing so for the last 25, 26 years. They said traveling is in their blood and they can't think of anything else to do in their spare time. In addition, they're also their home-based travel agency, where they've had for the last 10 years, if I believe, 10, 11 years. And they believe in the saying, live, laugh, love, and travel. And so just do it. They say, get out there and travel, enjoy yourself and have fun doing it. But what I'm going to do is bring them to the stage. And actually, it will be Bernice. And she is with Cruising Capers. How you doing, Bernice? How's it going?
Good.
So nice to meet you. No, so nice to see you, like physically. Yes. See you. I'm pretty sure we'll run into each other on a trip somewhere. I'll be looking in Shipmate trying to see who's on the same trip. Yes, there you go. You look nice.
Thank you. You do too, now. Well, you always cute, girl. You know.
Oh, well, thank you. It's just t-shirt. If I showed you the pants I got on, I'd just throw on some sweatpants right now.
Hey, you home, so you got to do you, right?
That's right. That's how it always is. So, how's it been going? What you've been doing for this past week? Anything exciting going on currently with you?
Well, this week has been kind of this chill, you know. Just been helping my sister finalize everything. You know, we lost my mom February last year.
Okay.
So,
sorry
you know, just finaling up stuff on that, and, you know, tying up knots and everything and making sure everything is straight, and then booking travel, you know.
Okay.
Getting my clients out there and making sure they're straight, and yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, with that stated, I'm going to give you the floor. If you can just tell everyone a little bit about Bernice and Cruising Capers.
Well, we are in Charleston. My name is Bernice, and we are in Charleston, South Carolina, and we are a home-based travel business. Have been a travel agent since 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and love it. You know, we have 3 children. Mm-hmm. All of them are grown. The oldest is 46. The youngest is 39. Ooh. And then I have a 43-year-old in the middle.
Okay. Do they travel with you?
They do. They travel with us sometimes. This past January, my oldest son, my grandson wanted to do a cruise for his graduation.
Okay.
So we ended up on the Horizon doing an 8-day cruise, you know, so they listen, if I start talking about cruising and my granddaughter is in earshot, you know, her thing is, okay, so when we going?
Where we going?
When we going, you know.
Where we going?
Yeah, she speaks French very fluently.
It's always like that. They be ready. They're ready to go. Ready to
They're
go.
always ready to go. Always ready to go. But you know, we love cruising. We've been doing it since 1999.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it was for our 20th wedding anniversary, and we've been doing it ever since then. You know, Stephen and I, we've gone on 46 years of marriage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now that
3
that like
grand
that
baby.
deserves some cheers. That deserves some cheers.
Yeah, you know, we enjoy life.
That deserves some cheers. Yes.
We enjoy life. You know, we love traveling. We love going places and doing things. And you know, my mom used to cruise with us as well. You know,
Okay.
and one thing she never did was let no grass grow under her feet because she always stayed busy doing something as well. So
Right.
it's just there. You know, we
Mm-hmm.
love doing it. We want to make, and everyone I come across and I talk to and they talk about travel and they said, well, I hadn't gone anywhere yet. So you hadn't
Yeah.
left the state of South Carolina. Come on now,
Right.
you got to
Well,
go
okay.
somewhere. Yeah.
So what do you usually recommend for some of your clients who or just people period who may come to you to say, I haven't been anywhere outside of my state or the neighboring state. Do you
hmm
just automatically recommend and send them across the waters, or do you phase them in a little bit, or you just say
Well,
just go?
I try to figure out what they like doing. You
Okay.
know, um, to get an idea of, you know, what type of fun they like to have, you know,
Mhm.
or do they like to just chill and relax, you know. So that helps out a lot in me helping them decide on what they want to do, you
Okay.
know. I have met folks that, you know, say, I'm never getting on a cruise ship. That's perfectly
Oh
fine.
wow.
You know, where do
Okay.
you want to go? What do you want to do? And they would be like, well, I've always heard about Las Vegas. Okay, so let's look at that. You know,
Yeah. Right.
so, you know, just to it's a conversation that I like to have with them. You know, before even getting them to book any type of travel. That
Mm-hmm.
helps out a lot. You know, and it helps them realize, you know what, I really need to go out there and see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had folks ask, what do you like to do? And I said,
Okay.
listen, the cruise ship is my best friend. That's like my second life. It's almost like that's where I get my oxygen from. And
Right.
but we've done land-based travel as well, but my heart is on them ships.
It's on the ship. So,
Hmm.
okay, so we're gonna get back to travel because we know that is the number one thing that you like to do. Is there anything
Yeah.
else that Bernice likes, like hobbies or do you
Yeah.
collect things or just any of your vices? What
Oh
else
my
besides
goodness.
travel?
Well, other than travel, I also do sublimation. I make things with tumblers and mugs and
Okay.
coasters and things like that. And um, what else do I like to do so much stuff though. I don't like really like sitting around. Um,
Okay. Okay.
I sing in choir at the church. A little bit.
Okay.
And yeah, it's the between the travel and then my sublimation stuff that I get like to do. Grab one of my
Mhm.
things and let me show it real quick. Um,
So
let's
those keep you busy.
oh girl, I have one of my friends. She she has 4 dogs and she loves her dogs. And she said to me, she said, I want you to do me a cup, but I want me with my dogs on it. And I was like, okay, so
Uh, Oh, that's pretty. Oh,
So,
oh, that's nice.
I did that for her, and you know, I love do
Hmm.
all type of things. I think I have. Let me see if I can show you real quick.
Okay.
Don't get too far off course. These are like coasters that I
Okay.
did. You know,
Oh, nice. Okay.
so.
Faith in God. Okay.
Mhm. I'm sorry.
Oh, those are so. Are those like tiles?
Yeah, they're tiles, and I
Okay.
sublimated image on them. Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow. So do you have like a site where you sell them, or is it just you just do them for hobby, and if your
It's
friends want?
hobby, and then if folks see what's going on, I don't have a website for them,
Hmm.
mainly
Okay.
because it's my travel is my main focus.
Okay. So
Yeah.
then what are some of the things while you travel
Hmm.
that you enjoy the most? Like every time you travel, and since cruising seems to be the thing for you,
Yeah.
your preference. What are
Oh
some of the things where it's like it's a ritual? Every time I get on a cruise, I have to do this, this, and this.
well, if I'm on a carnival, I go straight to Guy's Burgers.
Okay.
Get my Guy's Burger.
I think a lot of people will say the same thing.
Um, you know, with us when we get on, first thing we try to get there early because we want to get on and be settled.
Okay.
But it's what we do. We get on there, we go straight to the cabin because we're platinum with Carnival.
Okay.
Um, we're
I'll be there soon. I'll be there soon.
you right around the corner, girl. You right around the corner.
Right around the corner. I need 7 more days and I'm done.
Really? I
7 more days. That's
need 14.
it.
Yeah, 14 more days and I'll be diamond. So,
Okay. Okay.
you know, we're trying to get there. But we get on and we're on the Lido deck, got my burger, got my drink, and sitting back and relaxing and just wait for that ship to sail on out, hit that water.
So where are you normally when the ship is sailing away? Are you at the sail away party? Are
Mhm.
you on the Serenity deck? Are you inside just looking at the water, maybe with a drink or something, looking out the window? Where's Bernice when the boat, when the ship is sailing away? You
Sail
at the
away
sail
party.
away. Okay, okay.
We at the sail away party. Sitting up on the sail away. I love the sail away parties. You know,
Yeah.
for me, it's okay. Vacation has kicked in.
Yep.
It's time to really start enjoying myself and having fun. I relax a
Right.
little bit, but the majority of the time I'm all over the place.
Okay. All right. Now, even though you're at the sail away party, are you
Mhm.
those people who, because you mentioned you get in on you get on the ship early and you get situated. Are you in the pool already during the sail away, or are you inside the party where you in the line dance with everybody else, or you like at the top looking down and looking in on everything?
I'm at the top sometimes, and sometimes I'm down there where everybody else is at. I'm not in the pool,
Okay. Not in
but
the pool.
not in the pool. But if I start out up top and then you work your way down and you get in
Okay.
the mix with everybody else.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite sail away groove when it comes on? You have to get up and move. And I know they play the same thing over and
Oh
over,
my
but I
gosh, they play. All of them. You got the wobble, and now they're starting to play boots on the ground. I don't know that one
finally I
yet.
know somebody requested it 50, 11 million times, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
So
I
yeah.
don't know the steps. I don't know the steps yet.
Okay. Well,
But
if they add that, they might as well add "Finna Get Loose." They might as well add the Cupid Flex. They might as well
yep,
go on and add all the updated
yep,
ones
add all of them.
and put uh 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 electric. So that put that away. She can
All of
go.
it.
She
She
was
can
way
rest
back in
now.
the what was that 70s, 80s, or somewhere. She can go away. Just bring some of the up to date ones in.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm
Okay,
right
yeah.
down there in them. I love to have me a good time on the ship.
So, well, this is the Spirit Channel, so I have to ask, what are your favorite drinks when you get on your cruise ship?
Oh my goodness! Now, um, sometimes I'll have a Long Island iced tea with Steven.
What
'Cause
is it with the Long Island? So you just be ready to get lit. That's what that means. Long Island iced tea means LIT. Long
Yep,
Island iced tea
iced
lit.
tea.
Just I'm ready to
Yep.
get lit.
LIT. That's it. I'm gonna get me a
Exactly.
shirt that says I'm ready to get LIT, and then put Long Island
There
iced
you
tea
go.
underneath it. But that's
Sure
usually,
enough.
that's usually what we do. We go
Mhm.
and Steven will order a Long Island IT if he doesn't order spice rum and Coke,
Okay.
But then again, I might get me a margarita,
Okay.
because I like tequila.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it just depends where I'm at, you know,
Right.
what
Okay.
bar I go to and what they're doing.
Okay. So speaking of that, because you did say cruising is your love, right?
Mhm.
What's your favorite cruise line? Well, first, what cruise lines have you traveled?
I've done Carnival, Norwegian, and MSC.
You've never done Royal?
I have not done Royal. I have not done Royal. And every time,
Blasphemy.
listen, I have a client that's an old classmate. They're leaving out Monday
Uh-huh.
on the Utopia, and we were trying to go with them on the Utopia, but I just had so much going on. And I was looking at the Icon, and I was looking at Wonder of the Sea, I was looking at Symphony of the Sea, and it's just me getting, if everything just stops blocking me, or stuff
Right.
just stops dropping in front of me and stopping me from going, I would have been on Royal a long time ago because I want to go on Royal. I want to experience. I want to see what it's all about, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I have plenty of clients that they get on Royal,
Okay.
and that's all they will sail is Royal. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They won't try
Well, I
anything.
guess they loyal to Royal. I guess that's a
Yeah,
thing with some
yeah,
people. But
yeah.
I'm loyal to whoever is free at the time. That's who I'm loyal.
You know,
If it's
what
free and you paying for my drinks, I'm on there.
yeah, we actually what got us on MSC was MSC sent me an email inviting me as a travel advisor to come and sail on
Ooh,
them for free. And
okay.
we did the Divina. We did it was a 4-day cruise that turned into 6 days.
Ooh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, it turned into 6 days because there was a storm that was coming in
Okay.
to Florida, and they kept us out, the extra couple of days. So
Ooh,
that got
that
us
must
on
have been
MSC.
fun.
It was. They were
Okay,
practically giving drinks away.
pretty much. Okay.
Yeah. And then Norwegian. Um, I love Norwegian.
Really, we haven't been.
You have it. What? You got to do it
Yet.
yet. Yeah. Okay. We'll try to do Norwegian when y'all do a Norwegian, or Royal when y'all do a Royal.
Okay, that worked. Okay.
That'll work. But Norwegian, I love them. I like a lot of the promotions that they have. Um, I love the ships. The only ship that threw me off was the first one we went on, which was the Epic.
Okay.
And, the bathroom situation was crazy.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Is it one of them bathrooms with the automated door and the automated close? When
No,
you say what bathroom situation? What happened?
Well, when you walk in, you got the toilet on one side and the shower
Okay.
on the other side, and then you just have a
Oh, you
curtain.
mean your personal bathroom? Okay, I'm thinking public
Yeah,
bathroom. Okay.
the personal bathroom in the cabin.
Okay.
That kind of threw us off because I'm like, the glass is frosted, yeah, but if I'm in the bathroom and we cruising with somebody and they happen to come by and knock on the door,
Right.
when you walk in that door, that bathroom is right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one kind of threw us off, but I love the ship. But we've been on the Epic, the Breakaway.
Okay.
We've been on the Joy. We've been
Mm-hmm.
on the Encore,
Okay.
and I think that's it.
So you haven't been on the new Aqua yet?
I'm going on the Aqua in October with Addie and Terry.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're going on the Aqua in October, and December we'll be on the Venecia.
Okay. Now see, we'll be on with Addie and Terry in June for Greece,
For Greece.
on the
Hmm.
Virgin.
Hmm.
And I was supposed to be on the Venezia in October, leaving out of New York before it
Hmm.
went down to,
Port
um,
Canaveral.
yeah, Port Canaveral. But that one had to be canceled.
Mm.
So we ended up, since my annual for Carnival, not Carnival, for Royal came through, me and my husband wanted a do-over for the Icon.
Hmm.
So we was like, oh, well, we'll just use it to just replace. So not the same amount of time because the Venezia was 12 days. So
Right.
this one is just 7 days. And so we're going to be back on the Icon in October, the ending of October. But then we'll be on the Star, me and my daughter, in December, the week before Christmas.
Ah.
So we'll be on the Star at that time because I got an offer. And I was so excited because me and my husband was like, we got to do a do-over. Our luggage was messed up because of the crowd strike. And we just didn't feel like we fully
Mhm.
experienced the Icon the way
Right.
like we wanted to or whatever. But then when we looked at it and we was like, we'll just use the offer for the Star. Our daughter didn't go on the Icon, so we're going to get on the
Hmm.
Star. But now me and him will be on the Icon 2 months before that. So everything's pretty good there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the Star's coming to Port Canaveral, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we can actually drive there because I don't think we want to drive to no Miami or whatever. We usually
Yeah.
fly in if anything's leaving out of anything further away than Port Canaveral or Tampa. Everything else we
Mm.
fly into if it's in
Yeah.
Florida. Yeah.
We're
Mm-hmm.
driving into Miami in October.
Oh, Lord. Is it like, okay, so do you like drive and then stay? Like, is it like a road trip before
It's
you
a
get
road
there or you
trip.
just go straight?
Yeah, it's a road trip. We the when in January when we went, we went down to Miami on the Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
So the cruise was that Saturday. Stephen and I left Thursday afternoon, and we
Okay.
drove to Jacksonville. And
Okay.
we stayed in Jacksonville, and then we got up the next morning, and then just drove the rest of the way
But how many
down to
hours is that?
Miami. From my house is 8 hours. It's an eight
From
hour
your
drive.
house to Miami?
Yeah, it's 8 hours.
Wait a minute. How is it a shorter distance for you, 8 hours,
Mhm.
and we're in Georgia, and it takes 10 hours to drive from here to Miami?
Oh my gosh. Where are you in Georgia?
Well, Atlanta
Atlanta?
Metro,
The metro area?
Metro. I mean Snellville, but Metro Atlanta area.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Oh
okay,
wow.
so maybe are you closer to 95?
Yep.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're close to
Okay. So
95.
see, we take 75 down, but then we
Hmm.
have to cut across to go down. So I think it's the distance this way
Yeah.
before we can get to where it is. So
Get
I
to
think that's
95.
the extra 2 hours. I
Two
think that's what
hours.
that is.
Yeah. We're closer to 95. You know, my sister lives in right outside of Daytona. She lives in DeLand, and from my house to her house is 5 hours, and she's 3 hours from Miami.
Okay. And see, it's 6 hours from here to Orlando, like five and a half, 6 hours. So you're talking about 8 hours now. I'm like, okay, if it was 8, we would drive that. Well, I wouldn't drive it. He'll drive it.
Yeah.
I'll be quick to say I'm jumping on a plane. I'll see you when you get there. But and he kept saying, we gonna drive down to Miami for the Icon. I'm like, no, I'm not driving. Now you can drive.
If
but
he wants to drive, we usually do it. And I start out driving anyway. So he gets in the passenger seat, I get in the driver's seat. And once we hit 95, he takes his little nap. And when he wakes up, you know, we in Florida.
Okay.
You know, so much so that, you know, our vehicle starts to tell me time to stop because I'll keep going.
Okay. So what made you start your travel agency?
Well, when Stephen and I first got married, I used to always book trips for us to Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
To Carowinds, to Six Flags, when the kids got out of school. Summertime came, so that's what we would do, and I would always do it. And then it got to the point to where Stephen and I were going on trips, and one of my coworkers that I used to work with, she called me one afternoon, and she said, "Oh, I can't believe y'all are not on a cruise yet." I said, "No, not yet, but we'll be going on one in a couple of months." She said, "You need to be a travel agent." I said, "Girl, bye."
And is now.
And I is now. And, you know, she was one because I got her to book some things, you know, for us. You know, a little while before I became a travel agent, and she was like, "You doing too much traveling, and you doing all this booking, and you booking all these trips, and you doing all of this. You need to go ahead and be a travel agent." So I looked into it, you know, and here I am, still doing it.
Okay.
And I love it. I mean, I love it, you know.
Well, you know what? If it's something that you enjoy doing, a lot of times you enjoy helping others do it too. You know, so I'm pretty sure that's also part of it and stuff. So
it is a lot, you know. It's a lot of work, you know, because I like to research stuff, you know, especially if they don't know what it. Yeah, I want to go on a cruise, but I don't know what cruise I want to go on.
Right.
I don't know how long I want to go, you know.
Right.
So, you know,
and sometimes that's key. That it's important to know how long somebody wants to go, and especially if it's their first time, it's like you can't keep them on there too long, because then if they don't like it, then they'll be on there too long, and the type of cruise ship they go on is going to depend on what atmosphere they're trying to be around, because all of the cruise lines have their own climate.
Exactly. And that's a big thing. You know, I can't take, you know, somebody that's real laid back and chill and throw them on Carnival for 7 days, you know.
No.
That's not, you know, and that's not what they do. So I always, you know, like I said, you know, it's always a conversation, you know, that we have to try to figure out exactly what it is that they want to do.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I know you said you haven't been on Royal and so forth. So I'm assuming it's Carnival like your number one ship, or is it Norwegian?
I would say it's probably neck and neck. You know?
Okay.
It's neck and neck. You know, MSC is good, and I love MSC. You know, but I've only done the Divina and the Seascape.
Okay.
Yeah, with MSC.
Are you planning on doing the World America? Because my husband keeps talking about it. He keeps talking about that too, and the one thing he keep talking about is that darn ceiling. Ooh, look at the ceiling. It reminded like I'm like, so that's what makes you want to go on the ship. That's what makes you want to go on the ship.
It don't. The ceiling is nice, but I want to get into everything else that's going on. You know, I'm not sure about the cliffhanger. No, that's
okay.
You know,
so I don't like the seating arrangement on that thing. I'm like, I'm gonna need you to strap me. Like, I need a harness. I need to feel something.
Yeah,
not just a little bar in front of me and just a little seat. No, I need something a little more tighter around me because no.
No. I was watching MH Family Adventures and I was screaming.
What? You were screaming?
I was screaming, laughing at her. That's how hard I was laughing because it hadn't even moved yet. And she was like, whoo, whoo.
Yes. Well, look, when she was on the what's the name? The cable car in Greece, her nerves was bad too. She up there recording, she just had her eyes closed, like, I don't want to look. I just don't want to look. And every time it bumped, she was like, whoop, whoop, whoop.
She took me out. I said, well, if that's how she was, nope, not me.
Yeah.
I'll watch everybody else do it. I'll video you while you do it. But no, that's okay. I wouldn't even get on the boat.
Okay, so we got on the boat. And I can say I didn't mind the boat because I had something to hold on to. Now, my husband said he didn't have nothing to hold on to in the back seat. And from what I understood, there are some handles in the front. I just don't think he saw the handles in the front. But he didn't like the boat. He said he wouldn't go on there no more ever again. I would go. I actually have fun on the boat. I actually did. I have fun on it.
My kids went. Stephen went on it. This is me with the camera.
That's you. I'm recording the moment.
Exactly.
Did you see Jazz from Rich and Jazzy when her and her daughter got on the the thing on the MSC?
I
laughed so hard.
She kept telling
and her daughter was trying to swing, and she's like, sit back.
Stop laughing. Don't talk. Stop talking. I said, oh my goodness. I said, please get my girl off that thing.
Yes. And her daughter was so mad. Mama said I couldn't talk. I couldn't laugh. I couldn't do anything.
I want to go back.
Right. She wanted a do-over. She was like, no.
Absolutely. She wanted to do it. Let her do it. She said, nope. Jazz said, nope.
Nope. Sure enough. I guess she said, I did it for y'all. Hey, no more. Definitely not doing it again.
That's it.
Yep. What about your favorite ports?
My favorite port?
Yeah.
Aruba.
I
love Aruba.
Okay.
I love Aruba. And then second is Curacao.
Okay.
And then St. Thomas and Ocho Rios, Jamaica, in that order.
Okay, so why is Aruba your favorite, your number one?
Aruba, I just love the island. You know, I just love the island. It's such a gorgeous, not saying that any of the other islands aren't, but it's such a gorgeous island. And I mean, for some reason, it just grabs me, you know, from the first time that we went there. So I just love that island. And we went there in January and I was like, yep, I'm home.
Well, I went to Aruba once, but it was like a destination. Like went there. It wasn't a cruise there. And I didn't realize until the tour that the person said you can explore the whole island in like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, because it's only
Mhm.
5 miles wide.
Right.
5 miles wide, and I think
7 miles
19
long.
miles long.
Yeah.
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 I was like,
17,
ooh.
17 or 19. Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm. Miles
Yeah.
long. Did you go to the speakeasy?
I did not get to go because my son and his family, they went and they did this submarine thing, and I was not doing no submarine thing. I'm claustrophobic,
Ooh, no.
and
Mm-mm.
yeah, I
Yeah,
was not
no.
doing that. And we've been there before, so we just walked around. Um, I don't think we did a tour. We didn't do a tour. We just walked around because we've been there before. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's all we did. We just walked around, sat around,
Okay.
enjoyed the views.
I like this shopping mall that they have. It's not as big, but it's amazing
Yeah,
how many designer stores they have in there.
they have in there. Right, right.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. Well, in reference to your what do you call it? I call it arts and crafts, but what do you call it when
Mhm.
you making your cups and your mugs and stuff? What did you call that again?
Sublimation.
Sublimation. There you go.
Sublimation.
So you do canisters, mugs, cups. What, like, do you do t-shirts? Do you do, and I see you do coasters. Is it just anything? Anything you
It's.
can put something on, you gonna do.
I'm gonna try to put it on it. Yeah. I was actually looking at. I was actually looking at these the cutting boards, and you can actually put an image
Okay.
on it on the bottom part of it, the glass, and you can put
Uh-huh.
images on the back side of it that shows straight through the top. And I was looking at that, and I was like, let me see how that works out for me. See if I can try something like that. I'm always trying something when it comes to
Okay.
sublimation because it's just for me is it helps with focus, and
So is it therapeutic for you?
it's
It's
very much so.
okay.
It's very much so for me because I
Okay.
get in there, and when I first started doing it, I bought a case of tumblers. And I think
Uh-huh.
when the case came in and we were looking at it and we were looking at designs, and I think Stephen and I, we must have did about 10, 15 cups, you know, in one night, you know.
10 or 15 cups.
Cups, yeah. The tall tumblers, yeah.
How long did it take? Was it all
Well,
night it took y'all, or
no, actually, you can sublimate in 60 seconds, 120 seconds, 2 minutes. You
oh,
can,
okay. Oh,
sublimate an image on there for sure. Yeah. See if you can find one of my glitter ones
okay. All right.
in there. Yeah. I do
Well,
them on glitter tumblers and everything. So,
okay, what's the strangest thing that you created on? Like something that you felt like this can't be done, but I did it.
um, the strangest thing, um, I think it was shot glass. A shot
Oh,
glass.
ooh, that's small and tiny. How
Yeah.
did you do those?
Um, that you have to have what they call a convection oven, and with the convection
Okay.
oven, you have to make the image, measure up and get it on there real good, and sit
Hmm.
it in the convection oven for,
Hmm. So you had
time
to cook
period.
it.
Got to cook it. You got to cook it. And I think the other
So you got to
strangest
cook
thing
it.
was, yeah. And a friend of mine asked for a flask, and I was like, oh gosh.
Okay. What's wrong with the flask? Because it's curved.
the back part is curved. Yeah, the front part wasn't a problem.
Ah.
Yeah, the back part of it
Mm-hmm.
was really really hard to get the image to tight on the back part of it so
To
that
stick.
the ink could bake
Okay.
into it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was.
Okay.
I
What
was
do
like,
you
oh my god.
so is the shape of an item, is that what you feel is the most difficult in order to successfully
Mhm.
complete the sublimations? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the sublimation ones. This was one that I did just the other day.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, and it's like glitter like.
Yeah, it's got glitter on it.
This is nice. Oh my
So a lot,
gosh.
yeah, a lot of my clients, when they book trips, they get cut,
Right, right.
to take with them,
Okay.
and
Hmm.
then I did this one of mommy.
Oh,
That's
oh,
my
that's
girl.
nice. Now, is that a big tile or is that a piece of glass?
It's a slate. hmm It's a stone
It's a
slate.
slate. Okay.
It's a stone slate.
Okay. Okay. Now that's pretty.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
that's my
pretty.
girl.
That's pretty. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that though. I
she
don't
was
think anybody, I
102.
think losing what? Wow.
Yeah, she was
A hundred
102.
and two. Anybody else in your family live that long or like past 100 besides your
Nope.
mom? What would
Her.
look? What was she sipping on or not sipping on for her to live to 102?
Well, she had an aunt. She was 116 when she passed, and an uncle that was 126, and one was 124 when they passed, and they
So
kept
there's
telling
just some
her,
longevity.
yeah, on her side
There's
of the
just
family.
some longevity. Look, you need to find out what they was consuming, and you need to sell it and
But
tell folk this
I
is
need
this
to,
is the this is
yeah,
yeah something.
yeah.
But I put it this way: at least you can probably expect to live just as long too.
I pray so, cause
If
girl,
if
and I
a
would be right on a
historical
cruise
was in the
ship.
hundred. look, I would too. I would too. I would too. No judgment. No judgment.
Absolutely,
Look,
I would be
I tell
right on the
people all
ship.
the time. Yep. I tell people all the time, I'm gonna keep doing what I like to do until I can't do it no more. Period.
Absolutely,
Point blank.
yep,
Now, would you
absolutely.
ever live on a cruise ship?
No. Mm-mm. I watch. There's this
No.
young lady that's on YouTube that
Yep.
she
Hmm.
actually lives on cruise ships, and she go from cruise ship to cruise ship, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no,
Uh-uh.
let me let me do my 7, 8, 9 days, and then I'll come home and do a little bit, and then I'll go back. You know. Mm-mm.
Right. I just, you know what? I need to look. I watched her videos because I was like trying to understand how does she get income. I know she
Mhm.
sold her house and all of that stuff, and so I guess she's living off of her savings or whatever. But I'm
Mhm.
thinking, okay, is it your retirement? Like, because if not, I'm pretty sure after a while you're gonna run out of whatever
Out
you
of
sold your
cash,
house for.
right?
Um,
Is
and
she
it's
receiving
like, are
Social
you
Security?
living off of an inheritance?
Yeah,
Right. Oh, well, that's true. She might be getting that, but even then, I mean, unless she just going from maybe she get cruise offers, but look, you got to still keep playing the casino to get those.
that's right. That's right. I don't think I've seen her in the casino. So I'm not sure, but I
Yeah.
watch her. I said, Lord,
Oh,
where she at now?
look. Well, I want to know who gonna do her hair. I mean, unless she do it herself, Because a couple of videos I looked at, I was I'm being nice, Bernice. I'm just like, when you going for your hair appointment? Because it's
Yeah,
about time. So
you know, stay to the
I don't
salon or the
know.
ship.
But I mean, she talked about the food. Yeah, buddy. And it depends on what ship you on.
Right.
So but they did say it would be cheaper to live on a cruise ship than it would be like at a nursing home or something.
I've heard that, when you figure, you do interior cabin, 15, $1,600, you know, living in a nursing
Right.
facilities, they are, you know, very expensive, and then Medicare
Yeah.
really doesn't cover much on that, you still got out of pocket expense on that.
Hmm. And what if you get sick on the ship? I mean, I know they got a doctor, but
Not
they're
that,
not taking
not for their
insurance
prices.
over there. Thank you. Okay, thank you. No. Mm-mm.
Not
But
for their prices.
I don't know. So I have a this or that for you. I got a game for us to play.
Okay.
And it's this or that, or it's really more like would you rather is the game.
Okay.
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 You ready? So I kept the subject about travel because that was all I can find about you. Like that I saw that was like your number one, the thing
Oh
you
yeah.
really enjoy doing. And as you said today, it's your number one thing that you love to do.
Mhm.
So all of these would you rathers are in reference to traveling or
Okay.
experiencing something while traveling. Okay. All right. So would you rather travel to a new destination every day or stay in one beautiful location for a month?
Travel to different destinations.
Every day. Okay. Okay. Why would you rather that instead of a beautiful location for a month?
Well, I think that me, I would probably get to a point to where I was like, okay, I need something different. I need to see something different. I
Okay.
need to do something different. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Would you rather have unlimited hotel stays or a year or free food and amenities on all of your trips?
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. Free food and amenities on all of my trips.
Uh-huh.
I could do the free food and amenities, because I like trying different
Okay.
things.
Now see, I would think that you would have chose that too, because if you like cruising,
Mhm.
you don't need hotels too much unless you just plan to be there the day before, right?
Yeah,
So how
right.
often would you use it? Right? So
Correct.
okay. Um, would you rather upgrade your hotel room to a suite or your flight to first class?
Flight, first
Your
class.
flight. Why
Yeah.
the flight?
I've never done
What
first
you know what?
class.
Maybe I should have said, would you rather upgrade your cruise stateroom to a suite
Oh, well, then that
or
would have
your
been
flight to
different.
first class? Then that would be different.
That would have been different because listen, I'd be me in a suite somewhere, one of them XL class suites or something.
Well, look. Speaking of suites, out of all the suites you've seen on cruise ships,
Hmm.
what is one suite that if you can stay in for 3 days, you would say that is the one that I want to stay in there?
Ooh, that would be. Now I've seen the XL
Okay.
classmates. Um, I've seen the yacht club.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hmm.
Have you seen the Explorer one? Mm.
I saw that on. I think Sig did.
Yep.
Did she do the tour?
Sig was living luxurious, honey. She was living the glam life on that trip,
I
honey.
was like, you just go ahead, Queen, because you got that going
Th-
on.
Okay,
Take
okay.
me with
But
you
what's
next
his name
time.
stayed in one? What's his name? Ship Life. What's
Oh,
his name? Um,
um, oh gosh,
oh,
I can't
is it
my
just
last
Jay? I forgot what his name
Jay.
is.
Yeah, Jay.
Jay, yeah. He stayed in the adjoining suite to the big suite, but they let him have access to record the big suite that the owner sleeps in
The
or
owner
whatever the
suite.
case is. And he was in the suite next to it. Like it's almost like having a in-law suite to your suite, basically. So he was able to
In-law
stay in
suite
there.
to
And I
your
was
suite.
like, wow,
Oh well,
that
go
thing must have
ahead.
been the whole side of one piece, a quarter side of a ship or something. It was huge.
Oh
The
my
size of
God.
a house. Yes.
I'd stay there
Mm-hmm.
if they let me. I want it for I would want it for a week though.
Oh yeah, yeah. 3 days is not enough. By the time you start enjoying it, it's time to get up off of there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um, so I got a little a strange question to ask you.
Okay.
Would you would you rather be left behind in the bushes of an African safari or be left behind in the water on a scuba trip?
Africa in the bushes or in the water on a scuba.
In the water on a scuba trip.
Well, I would have to be in the bushes because I can't swim. So the water is
Okay.
out of the question.
Okay.
Listen, somebody gonna come by in a jeep and pick me up.
Somebody will find you if the lions don't first.
Exactly. I have to lay down there, try to
Oh,
be Simba's best friend.
you okay, so would you rather go on an all expenses paid trip to a small town in the Netherlands with your best friends
Mhm.
or an all expenses paid trip to your dream destination with your frenemy?
See, you trying to make me go to jail with the front of me. Oh no! Listen, I'm going with my best friend.
Okay.
that
Okay.
that that friend
Okay.
of me might hit a nerve. Next thing you know, I'm on
Well, that's
live time
true.
news at 6 and 11.
See, and then you in jail on your at your dream
At
destination
my dream
instead of
destination,
enjoying it.
looking out.
Oh gosh. Okay, so this is the last game question. Would
Okay.
you rather for 15 minutes wear a sweater and a beanie in the Sahara Desert or wander around Antarctica in a bikini?
The beanie and the sweatshirt.
The beanie and the sweater.
Me and cold weather don't get along. No.
You don't like cold weather.
I listen, I tried the air condition could be on down here in the den, and I take a pillow and I put it
Okay.
in front of the vent because it gets so cold here.
Okay, well, I mean, I can understand that, but if I remember, didn't you hold on? Maybe I misspeaking. I'm looking before I say this because I could have sworn y'all went to Alaska.
Not yet. We're
Not
going
yet.
to
Okay.
Alaska in May. of next year.
Okay. Okay. So that's coming up.
That's
Okay,
coming
but you
up.
didn't go yet.
Not yet.
All right. Now I see you posted the Legend of the Seas. I'm assuming if you going in next year.
Listen,
You going on Legend of the Seas next year?
listen. I want to get on the legend. I do want to get on the legend. I really do.
Okay.
Um, either the legend. Yeah, I really want to get on the legend. I need to just be straight with that. I really do. But I haven't been on Virgin yet either. So I've been living vicariously through y'all on Virgin. So, and
You'll
my niece is,
enjoy it.
I know I will. And my niece is like calling me. She's like, so when we going?
Where
You
we
know?
going?
Yeah, when we going. So that might be, our one of our 2026, after Alaska in May.
Okay. Okay. All
Then I'll
right
be
then.
official then.
Then you'll be official. Okay.
Official.
What about
Um,
celebrity? Never did celebrity?
I've never done celebrity. That's on my list as well. Um,
Mhm.
let's see. I want to do Princess as well.
Okay.
And what was it?
No celestial?
Um, no. But I could see myself
No.
maybe
Okay.
trying Holland America, and
Okay.
and,
The
and
old
trying
folk.
that.
That's the. I heard that's the like the. I heard that's the old money ship.
Yeah, old,
Like
old.
the folks with the old money.
Yeah, yeah, the old money ship,
Yeah. Because I
But
think Addie and Terry got on that one
yeah,
and was
Holland
repeating
America.
it. Yeah, that's the old money ship.
Yeah, that's the ones that's
Yes, yes, with the pinky up, you know.
yeah.
Um, so you love to travel, been married for a long time, but then at some point you just started turning the camera on for your
I
channel.
For my
What
channel.
made you start? Yes.
Well, I started really watching everybody else, you know, and
Okay.
it's not like when we're on these trips that I'm not taking pictures or I'm not videoing something, but I just
Right.
started watching everybody else, and it was actually I want to say that it was Addie and Terry. They were with Rich and Jazz on one of the Melanin at Sea cruises, and they were talking about videos, and they were talking about the vlogging and something like that, and I think it was Jazz that said, you just got to do it, you just got to do it, just go ahead and do it. And so I just said to myself, I said, you know what, let me go and at least get the channel up, and
Right.
I think of the first video I posted was my grandson's graduation cruise. I think that was the first one.
Yes. That's what it said, graduation, yeah.
Yeah, his graduation cruise. And I said, you know what? Let me just do this. Let me just take all the pictures that I took and put them together in like a collage and throw some music to it and let me see what's going on with it. And I put it out there. And then I started doing cabin, tours and video
Okay.
the cabins that we were in and putting them out, doing the little shorts
Mm-hmm.
like that. I think what I can't remember the last one that I put out um, was right before her health started really um, turning,
Okay.
and I was like, you know what, I got stuff. Let me just focus on this. So it kind of like paused me, and then we went on a trip, and then the next thing you know, I found
Mm-hmm.
myself video or something. I said, you know what? Let me just post this sunset, and put it up there, and I did that, and then I said, well, you know what? Let me just post this when we're sailing away from somewhere. Let me just go up and post that out there, just to have something going. And
Yeah.
it was last week. I was actually on my computer, went to my file where I have all of my videos and my photos, and I said, you know what, Bernice, let's set a day where you're just gonna sit in front of that computer and you're gonna just put everything else, in their folders, date them, and then that way I can actually go back and really starting to show some of the older stuff that we did, to get that
Yeah.
out there and do it that way. But I was so scared, girl. I said somebody gonna make a bad comment.
Why?
And I'm gonna have to get bad comment back.
How you not you saying you got to give them that energy back.
Giving it back. Yeah. And then I was like, you know what, just do it, so that's what I'm getting at now, to where.
So did you ever think about, hey, I'm gonna do this for my business? When I go on these trips, I'm just gonna maybe record so my clients can see this is what this hotel looks like, or this is what this stateroom looked like. Like you said, you recorded a stateroom, or hey, this is the review, the food options, or something like that.
Yeah, I actually was really starting to think more of that when we went on my conference. My travel agency, my host agency, did a conference this past February, and they hosted the entire ship. They chartered the ship, so there was a little over 3,000 of us on the Norwegian Joy, and so I was like, you know what? Let me just video some stuff. Let me get some stuff together. And every time that I do it, and then I can just, let them know, hey, if you want to book this trip, you can contact me, cruisingcapers@gmail.com, and we can get you started. So that really, the conference that I went on was really the push to get me back into.
Okay.
Start doing more, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, girl, because I'm cute, and
I'm about to bring. What'd you say?
I said, yeah, because I'm cute,
What'd you say?
I like to be on camera. I'm cute, girl. I'm cute.
There you go. Let me tell you something. Go on, look. Let everybody see all of that. That's what you got to do. You got to be like, hey, look, add your little sassiness to it and everything.
Yeah.
So they know it's Bernice. You know what I mean?
Right.
So most definitely. So I'm going to bring up your channel. And while I bring up your channel, I just want you to talk through it. Let folks know what you want them to know about your channel, as well as your traveling business as well. So let me go share my screen. All right. And so this is Cruising Capers, y'all, and Bernice will let you know about her channel.
Yeah, so we are a cruising family, we're, a couple that loves cruising, and, home-based travel agent. And I decided, this is what I wanted to start doing to really show how we enjoy our trips, how the different ships and the fun that we have on it. And also that, anyone that's, interested in booking cruises, that they're able to reach out to us and let us know what they're looking for. And we're excited to help them get out there and make them memories and dreams.
All right.
Yeah.
And so do you have your I know that they can, where can they use you for booking. So I have your links and everything
Mhm.
up here. They can see. So
My links are there for my website for Cruise and Capers, and also um, our email address is cruisingcapers@gmail.com, where you can reach us. I also have my link on there for Virgin Voyage. Even though I haven't been on it, I do have clients that have been on there.
wait a
Um,
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What you mean? That's right. You haven't been on, but you got a Virgin Voyages link. Okay,
I
well,
got
hold up. You got to
it.
share. You got to tell us about that.
Yes, yes, I do have my link for Virgin Voyage. And I actually went to one of their seminars, and Richard Branson was actually, Richard was there, and he was talking about, how we can actually engage, have a link. And once I, started really researching into it and did, a lot of their courses and their training, and I said, okay, let me just get this link and put that link there so that anybody that asks me, any clients that come to me and they say, what do you know about Virgin Voyage? And I can tell them what I know about Virgin Voyage, and then
Right.
also give them the link, and that way they can go there and they can look up everything. They can book directly. If they have any questions, they can still email me, and to help them, get that cruise booked and get them sailing away.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what does, and I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna put you up in the solo layout here. So what can people expect from Cruising Capers coming up? What you got coming up, Cruising Capers?
Well, actually, I am working on one vlog that I want to get up and running. It's from a trip that Stephen and I and some friends took March of last year on the Sunshine, the Carnival Sunshine. And also, I'm working on the trip that I took with my grandkids and my children back in January for my grandson's graduation, to get that out. But I am a go getter. I love traveling. I love doing things. We get one life to live, and once that's done, that's it. There's no do overs or let me try that again. So, I always try to make sure that, husband, always try to make sure that, that I'm encouraging folks to get out and see the world, see your state. If you want to do a staycation and you just want to visit the state that you're in, get out and do it, and live your life, to the fullest. And most importantly, to love yourself and to just make the best of what you have going on, for sure.
Okay. All right then. All right. Well, y'all heard her. Y'all heard her. Basically, in the words of my husband, live your best life.
Live
That's
your
what
best
Bernice is saying.
life.
Live your best life. That's
Live your
right.
best
Live
life.
your best life. That's
Don't mess
right.
with no
And
trash.
if y'all are not, there you get, look, that's his favorite word, trash. I said, if you don't stop saying trash, he said, it tastes like trash. I'm gonna say it's trash. Oh, have mercy. But for those of you out there who are not connected with Cruising Capers, go ahead and go to her channel, look at some of her videos. You want to book some trips, go ahead and give her a call, or go ahead and click her link, send her email. All of her contacts are there. We're gonna get her up to at least to 500 subscribers. Right now she's at 120.
Yes.
Let's get her up to 500 subscribers. The more people that see her and view her, the more clients she'll get to come to her. Go ahead, share this out. go ahead, hit her like button, watch her videos and her shorts, and go ahead and show Cruz and Capers love. Because as you can see,
Ah,
Bernice like to live her best life. Party, yes. She loves to do shit. She likes to have a good time. So go
I
ahead,
do.
connect with her. Make sure you do that. And Bernice, do you have anything else for the people before I let you get back to your hubby?
Listen, I love y'all. And I'll tell you and Timmy, y'all keep me rolling. I'm telling you, I'm sitting up there, y'all doing the drinks, and I'm having me a good time and drinking right along with y'all. And but it's I really enjoy it, really do enjoy everything that you guys are doing, and even with the other content creators, there you're such an inspiration,
Well,
and you
thank you.
give me motivation to really start get up there and start pushing stuff out every time I'm on land, as my friends say. Oh, you on land this
There you
time.
go.
But thank you so much for everything.
Well, you are welcome. You are welcome. Because I tell you, can't do any of this without my husband. We do it together, and just bringing what we doing here to everybody else, and hopefully to inspire others to get out there and just showcase what they do. So
Yes.
um, I am. I'm pretty sure you're gonna get out there, people gonna connect with you, and next thing you know, you're gonna be like, I can't answer all these emails. This is too many trips and everything. I just can't do it. Look, then you're not gonna be able to travel nowhere. You ain't gonna be able to go nowhere. Cause you're gonna have to carry your laptop every time you
I'll
go.
have to carry my laptop and get the super duper supreme internet package on the ship, because don't worry, I will make
Yep.
it happen for sure.
Well, I'm sure
Absolutely.
that your business will be blessed, and so will your channel. And
Thank you.
you'll get out there and find your niche and your enjoyment in terms of what you want to show your people. Because it doesn't have to be the same like other folks are doing. You put your own Bernice spin on it, and just make sure that it's satisfying what you like to do, what you want to do,
Yeah.
and it helps you with whatever your purpose is. So that's the goal of what you would do it for, is whatever your purpose is for this. So
And I
I'm
appreciate
looking
that. I
forward to it.
appreciate it. I appreciate it so much, And I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I was talking to a friend of mine and about YouTube, and doing the content and putting it out there. And she said, "Girl, you about to be 66 years old. You got time. You know the technology, baby. Age
No, she didn't.
age ain't but a number, okay?
That's right.
Ain't but a number. That's all right. I'll be 66 in September and doing what I do best: travel."
66 where y'all? 66 where y'all? Okay. You hear? She said 66. She lying. She lying.
Mhm.
She lying. No, she lying. She lying. She lying.
66, baby, and loving every minute of it.
That's what I'm talking about. Live your best life. Love your best life. What'd you say? Love, laugh, live, and travel.
Live,
That's your
laugh,
word, right?
love,
That's your
and
term right there.
travel.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
That's right.
absolutely.
That's right. Shoot.
Thank you
Woo.
so
Well,
much,
I really
Tony.
enjoyed you, Bernice. You welcome, and thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your day. I just wanted to make sure I spotlight some of my spirit members. Some are very shy, and some are willing to come on in front of here, but just want to showcase my members and put them out there so folk know who they are, so they can connect with you. They can learn more about you. Heck, you might find travel buddies, you might find friends, you might find business partners, you might find collaborative, all of that.
Yeah,
So just put you out there so
absolutely.
folk can see you.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes,
Thank you so
definitely.
much. I appreciate you, girl. I said, I was so excited. I said, "Oh, I get to talk to Tanya, Hercules, Hercules."
Well, look, you got my number. You can talk. Look, you got my number. You can talk to me. All my members got my phone number. You can
Yes,
call me. You
ma'am.
can text me. You can do whatever. Because I do talk to some of the members, and some of them have become friends, associates. We educate each other. We learn from each other. All that stuff. So you got my phone number. That phone worked. It ring
It
right to me.
works. It works. Yes, ma'am. And the next time we in the Atlanta area, I'll be sure to call you.
Yes. Yes. Come on down to Lounge 4092 is what we call it. Lounge 4092. Where the drinks are free.
With the drinks.
There you go.
I ain't gotta buy no package.
Yes. Drinks are free. There you go. There ain't no drink package necessary. No drink package, no Wi-Fi package, no none of that. Just show
Nothing.
up.
Thank you so much, my dear.
Well,
Blessings to you.
Thank you, Bernie. Yes, blessings to you too. And I will see you next time. And thank you all. And bye.
Bye.
This one's for my crew, my inner vibe. Exclusive moments where the spirits collide. You're the ones who ride through thick and thin. Spirit members, let the show begin. Spirit members, this time's for you. VIP love for the chosen few. Let's sip, let's vibe, it's your special space. Spirit members, welcome to the place.